Everybody, what's up? I'm so glad to be back. You can see today we're talking about King Moore, divorce details, and the IRS tax debt that just popped up on us. So before we get started, let's intro the video and do our necessary rigmarole, right? Okay, let's do it. Yeah, Drake was patting you on the back. All the rappers. Hey, what's up? Back again. Hey, what's up? It's up to you to do the research. It's up to you. All right, everybody, what's up? Before we even get into this, let me let you know a few things because I gotta cover myself.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
All right, guys, let's get into the details of the 5-figure tax bill that Kenya is allegedly owing the IRS. We'll also talk about the divorce in just a second, but let's talk about this tax bill. And the timing is horrible for our girl because y'all know I'm Team Swirl. Now, let me say this. Let me come back on camera with my cute little self. Let me say this. I did not at all think that King Moore would have done this Brit Edie revenge piece thing. I thought this was a storyline. Somebody was making this up. And my thing now is somebody from production saw this before it happened, right? So that's number one. Somebody from production saw this happen before it was filmed because everybody who is a cast member on Real Housewives of Atlanta has a specific producer or EP or executive producer assigned to them. This is who coaches you through your storyline. This is who asks you, okay, what happened in this fight? How much of this argument with your husband should we show? How much are you guys made up? These are the people who get really, really close to you when you're filming. So somebody saw this before it happened. Of course, somebody saw it before it happened. So I do apologize. I was wrong, but I still don't want my girl fired because I'm still Team Swirl. So let's get into this about the tax debt. It says that Kenya owes a 5-figure tax bill, and it's so unfortunate. It's during her suspension. We're hoping that things improve. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kenya Moore was hit with a tax bill weeks before she was allegedly suspended indefinitely from the Bravo show. According to court documents obtained by In Touch magazine, the reality star was slammed with a fieri fastias by Fulton County in Georgia. The document filed on March 14th says Kenya owed $14,139.55 in taxes, plus interest of $562 for a grand total of just under $15,000. It went unpaid for the year of 2023. We're in 2024. A lot of people haven't paid their 2023 taxes. The county has yet to file a release of the fieri fastias. I'm assuming that is the Latin term of a tax lien. So, of course, it's a Latin term, but let me Google what a fieri fastias. It sounds Latin. I took a little bit of law school. Yes, it's a writ to a sheriff for executing a judgment. So there's a judgment against her that was sent to the sheriff. So back in 2018, Kenya was hit with a tax lien by the IRS for the year 2016. Uncle Sam claimed Kenya failed to pay $150,000. The lien was eventually released by the IRS. The new bill comes as Kenya faces bigger issues with her job on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Earlier this month, Page Six broke the story that Kenya was suspended by producers after a recent incident while filming. Now, that is an ongoing investigation. All this is alleged. Matter of fact, let me put up my banner because, baby, all this is alleged. I don't know. But if Kenya's suspended, her producer needs to be suspended. If Kenya's suspended, executive producer, Kenya's producer needs to also be suspended. That's just what it is, okay? So I will say that the reality star reportedly had posters of her new co-star, Brittany Eady, performing a blank act on display at the event. Somebody printed this and set this up. An assistant who also would be in touch with the producer. Somebody put this up. This is not just random, right? So Brittany was not present at the event. We know that's not true because Michelle A.T. Alien here on YouTube produced video of Brittany actually being at the event. Brittany was present at the event. But let's just read the story as it is. Brittany was not present at the event, which was attended by Kenya's other Real Housewives of Atlanta cast members, including Portia Williams. One source told Page Six the photos were readily accessible on the internet. In addition, the insider claimed Brittany had made a threat to Kenya before the event that led to the retaliation. Claims of a threat being made were dismissed by other production sources who told Page Six at no time was Kenya ever threatened with a weapon, nor was there ever a weapon present during the course of production. Following the event, star Drew Sidora posted on social media, "I'm flabbergasted and floored. Child, her flabbers were gasted." Her flabbers were gasted, y'all. So Kenya wrote on Instagram after the allegation surfaced, "Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. The truth always comes to light." She added, "I would never engage in revenge. P. I have never distributed private images or footage of anyone, nor solicited images owned by others to use to threaten or blackmail. I have always been vindicated. I can't talk about story even with people planting fake news." So that's Kenya's position on this. Bravo has been yet to comment on the situation, which I think we're all just waiting on either the season, which seems to have a lot of drama and be halted because of Simon and Portia, and now because of Kenya and Britt. Simon, of course, you all know, has been refusing to let Kenya film in the home, film in his car. I'm sorry, let Portia film in their home, film in the car he gave her. He's been filing motions to block all of Portia's bag while this is ongoing, right? So let's travel over in time to the divorce. So Kenya and Mark Daly have been divorcing for what seems like forever. Kenya and Mark are, they say, 5 years into this divorce, but it's finally been finalized and settled. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta star and ex Mark Daly have settled their divorce, which is great for all of us because it's been going on too long. So Kenya Moore and her ex Mark Daly have settled their divorce 5 years after announcing the split. According to court documents, on Friday, June 21st, a judge signed off on the ex's agreement earlier this week. Moore was awarded primary custody of Brooklyn, which we love that for her. We know she adores and loves Brooklyn. However, they agreed to share joint legal custody. Custody exchanges will occur in a public location, and Daly also agreed to pay Moore $2,000 per month in support, plus an additional $1,000 per month for a college savings account. Neither Moore nor Daly will receive alimony or spousal support. But I think that was the big thing. That was what we all were like hanging on to. Like, is he going to get money from her for his maintenance or spousal support? That's what we all were waiting to see. So we're glad that a judge saw that Mark Daly was not entitled to any support, because I don't believe that they married for love. Anywho, let's finish this article. The judge ruled that Moore will have final decision-making authority to sign, monitor, and control any and all economic opportunities for the minor child. That is great, because we all remember when Mark Daly was trying to, in fact, block Brooklyn from being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But the judge has allowed Kenya to be fully in control of her economic opportunities, which means Kenya can do a spinoff show with Brooklyn. Kenya can allow Brooklyn to have other outlets where her likeness or her image can be used. And Kenya, being the smart businesswoman, maybe right now, the debate on that, but Kenya, being a businesswoman who is in the public eye, she can give Brooklyn the opportunities that Mark would probably shy away from. Because, I mean, is Mark business savvy? No. Allegations are that Kenya had to actually pay off Mark's tax debt prior to their marriage, like right a month before they married. Kenya supposedly paid off Mark's $5,000 tax debt, if I'm not mistaken, which I believe was related more so to his restaurant. And then they got married like 30 days later. So I don't think Mark was ever in it for love. So I'm really thankful that a judge was smart enough to see he doesn't deserve spousal support. And I'm glad this is over for Kenya, because like I said, I'm team twirl, baby. I am absolutely team twirl. So I'm really glad this is over for her. So it says that Moore and Daly also submitted a parenting plan to the court, which stated that Moore would have the final decision on whether to include the minor child on Real Housewives of Atlanta or Bravo or any other economic opportunities for Moore, but she is required to discuss the opportunity with Mark. In addition to finalizing plans for the twosomes custody arrangements, the exes also agreed on what to do with their Georgia home. At one point, Daly reportedly wanted a portion of the sale of the home. Both parties will retain all rights, titles, and possessions of any real property located in Georgia, all equity therein as sole and exclusive property, and will be solely responsible for all debt secured by the real property, both personal and business. Both parties will retain all accounts in name as sole and exclusive property and will be solely responsible for all debt in name, both personal and business. And I'm just reading over this part of the document again. Both parties, let's read it slow so we can get it together. It says both parties will retain all rights, titles, and possessions of any real property located in Georgia, all equity therein as sole and exclusive property. Oh, and will be solely responsible for all debt secured by the real property, both personal and business. So this means Kenya does not have to at all split any real estate with Mark, which I think is pretty incredible. I love that for her. That is great. I also wanted to just touch on a few things that came up recently. So I wanted to definitely share some support that Kenya was receiving on her situation with the Real Housewives of Atlanta drama. I just wanted to share, especially that it's so beautiful that Kandi Burruss is supporting her whether right or wrong, I think Kenya deserves a little grace, a lot of support for what she's currently going through. And I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. So give me 1 second. All right, let's get into this real quick, guys.
So, Candy, Housewives, you ain't there no more.
No.
Aren't you glad that you ain't there this season? Feeling good shit. They threatening to shoot people. I don't think that ever happened on the show.
What? You know what? I right now I'm like, okay, it's good. I ain't there, good, but Cynthia's like, okay, once the show actually airs, she said I'm gonna miss it then.
Okay.
I don't miss it so much now. And realistically, I do see stuff and I'm like, why they doing that? Like, I don't like the fact that they suspended Kenya.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people's like, she shouldn't have shown that. But this is Housewives. Like, how many times we done something that think somebody shouldn't do? So who made the rules? Like, why y'all all of a sudden got such issue with somebody doing something crazy to somebody?
Believe
like,
it or not, that drama.
If it was in the public, if it was in the internet, and the girl came at her, it's like, okay, well,
that was the
you don't get to choose how she come back. So I just wasn't feeling all of that, but hey, we'll see when it come on TV.
Yeah,
everybody's so sensitive now. Everything.
Yeah,
and just knew with bringing Kenya back, it was going to keep like the little drama going.
Yeah,
and she's needed. Like to agitate.
I totally agree.
She kept it going all right.
Yeah, she definitely did. Now
really
but and I would say this, being a person that has been there. It'd be a lot of people on the show who be trying to protect their image, say stuff off.
Okay. So, Candy, Housewives, you ain't there no more.
No.
Aren't you?
Well, I'm glad, again, Kenya got the support that she needed. I also wanted to show you guys the support that Mariah Huck had shared for not quite Kenya. She didn't share it for Kenya. She shared it as in support of why are they taking this approach to her being on the show. But it looks like I might not have it right now. But listen, Bravo has a problem with being consistent in the way that people are treated. There's no consistency because there are tweets out there in support of Kenya that are also saying, Joe Gorga did this with Danielle Staub. Tom Sandoval did this with Raquel. So I think that's where the issue is coming up. Like, Kenya's suspended indefinitely, which typically means fired. Kenya's suspended indefinitely. But Joe Gorga, nothing. And Tom Sandoval, nothing. They're actually... like, it's a laughing, joking matter when the guys on the show do it. If I'm not mistaken, there was also something with Teresa, Danielle, Caroline, and Jacqueline back in the early New Jersey Housewives days that revolved around Danielle Staub and her ex-worker, maybe Corn, something along those lines. They had a video of her at that time in the very early Housewives of New Jersey days. That's like, why are you doing this to Kenya now? Why is it Kenya being punished when nobody else has been punished for these same type of behavior on these shows, right? Nobody else has been punished for this type of behavior. And it's been ongoing. It's not new. Let me take a sip of water. I'll be right back, guys. Well, thank you all for joining me for this video. I got through a few things that I wanted to discuss, but I also want to still try to find this Mariah Huq statement on Kenya Moore, but I might not be able to find it. Let me go to one of my favorites, the Bravo Shade Room. Shout out to the Bravo Shade Room. Shout out to It's on Site. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk, because they keep your girl in the loop and I'm able to bring this updated real-time content to you guys. I love that for me and for you. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry, I don't feel like I can. Who is this? Is that Mariah? Oh, that's, oh, girl, she look good. Y'all, look at this picture. Hold on. I'm gonna share this picture with y'all, because while we talking about housewives, we might as well, let me share this. Look at her. Look at Miss Ma'am. Do y'all see her? Look at her. Look at Karen Huger, baby. Look at Karen Huger. This woman looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. The dress, the hair, the skin, her body is bodying. Her teeth and makeup look great. Oh, girl. Motivation. 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 I'm in the mood to get up out this chair. Motivation. 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 Let me go back to the Bravo Shade Room. Y'all so silly. Why do y'all be doing stuff like this? But let me go back to the Bravo Shade Room, because dang, there was also something else that I wanted to discuss. Let's talk about this real quick. Those are pen posts. Oh, Portia look good. Now Portia is supposedly traveling. Portia is traveling, and look at the girl. She's in London.
She really my favorite girl. I'm loving the player 12.
Baby, Portia looks come on, girl. This type of stuff pisses Simon off. This makes Simon very upset. So I'm sure he'll be active all weekend with the drama. Portia looks so good. You can't stop this girl. You can't stop this girl. And the reason, let's go. One more. Sorry, y'all. Listen. And the reason why Simon Gobadia is such a mad, pissed Betty is because Portia filed first. Simon is used to being able to, remember he said, I keep a moving truck for his wives to get out of his house. Portia said, okay, sounds good. But she don't need that. She had it before you. She'll have it after you. Simon, you mad that she left you. You're mad. You thought that you would get the leg up on her. No, baby girl did it first. She filed first. So this says that as Portia has filed a response, essentially requesting an emergency order from the judge that she be allowed to film in the marital home, Simon is again firing back, saying Her request should be denied because she came to the court with unclean hands, which I don't know what that could be. How could her hands be unclean? This is the marital home, regardless of whose name is on it. So I know a lot of y'all like to get in the chat on other videos, blogs, whatever, and talk about how Portia needs to get out of that man's home. That is the marital home. That's not that man's home. That's not that man's home. That is the home his wife lived in during the marriage. That's not exclusively his. Maybe some of you haven't been married to people who've had property or who've owned property while you were married to them. Maybe some of you married Dusty. I don't know. But what I will say is that it's not his home exclusively. It's just not his home exclusively. Nobody can make the wife get out. Period. So she does have legal right to the home, and that is why she can record, she can be there. Now he moved quickly to try to be a little nasty narc and try to get her to not be able to film in the home, not thinking. I don't understand the judge awarding him that. This is this woman's income. She needs to be able to make her money. And it's not fair that she can't earn her income in the home that she lives in. He's only doing it to be petty and nasty. We all know that to be true. He's only doing it to be petty and nasty because that's how some people are. I'm not going to name no people, but we know it's some nasty, evil people out there, and he's one of them. He's one of them. Look at shit like this. Shit like this that makes you know he's one of them. It's disgusting. Portia is disgusting to you? Have you seen you? I'm going to shut up. But have you seen you? Have you seen? Look at you. Oh, my God. The problem is we live in a world where men like this think that they should be ever commenting on somebody's looks. This is where the problem starts and ends. Why are you ever alluding to this woman being disgusting? What is it about her, the woman you married, that is disgusting? Please explain. Please explain. Because we really want to know. And I just don't get it. I just don't get how you could ever call this woman disgusting. We know too much about you. And in reality, I'm not saying Portia's innocent at all because, you know, I'm a married woman. Well, formerly married woman. I also filed first. Hashtag file first. I also filed first. But it is pretty crappy that that he's so nasty. But it is pretty crappy that Portia, I don't know. The whole thing with him being married, but Fallon was also already pregnant. I don't know. I don't have the same type of feeling and like side chick kind of thing that I would if they seemed like they were in any type of happy marriage. I feel like they were married because it was still legal. But if she's already pregnant by the help, the pool boy, your wife is already pregnant by the pool boy. So I don't know. I don't have any type of vitriol. I love Kenya. I love Portia. I'm glad Kenya got her divorce finalized. I'm glad she doesn't have to pay spousal support. I am relieved to see that the tax bill is so small. I thought this was like close to $1,000. I saw 5 figures, so I knew it was under 100. I didn't know y'all talking about $15,000. I don't even feel good reporting on a $15,000 tax debt because that's like regular people have $15,000 tax debt. Kenya can take care of it if it's not already taken care of, because a lot of these things, the order will go to the sheriff. The news gets it. Of course, we saw that it said it was filed in March. She's probably already paid this. You know what I mean? So they're just waiting to lift that. But anyway, thanks, guys. I'll be back later because I'm going to talk about Nene Leak's new TV show. I'm going to talk about Traders and Monique and Candace. Candace had a performance recently. She was so amazing. Her voice is so beautiful. So I'll be back with more tea. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we out. Yeah, Drake was patting you on the back. All the rappers. Hey, what's up? Back again. Hey, what's up? It's up to you to do the research. It's up to you.